actually happen.
Right.
But now, we're getting into the actual match.
For the first time
Eventually.
this tournament, we have a legit stream match. No final smash meter, no items. And last game, I think was doing pretty well until, of course, they noticed the final smash meter. That was a bit of a waste.
Cogni was no slouch either. Putting 70% onto someone like Ice Study and keeping it close to even right now as well. Even having a ever so slight lead to start off the game is nothing to slouch at.
Yeah, of course, leads are gone and taken at any point in the game. But yeah, even just kind of holding your own in the beginning against like a player like Icing is important.
Yeah.
Because if you start losing at the beginning, you're not gonna win. So of course
that's not necessarily true. People can definitely adapt, but it is a lot harder for you to make that win.
And
I was going to say, one of the most important things at a higher level is to take those stocks, and Ice Studying almost doing exactly that. But
yeah, and he takes the stock.
Actually doing that.
That is just like, we were like, oh man, that's going to matter, but nope, it didn't matter a single bit. And yeah, both of them
Cogni
just
still did have the advantage and is still building up that advantage right now.
Oh
what a combo coming out from Cogni right there.
What a great advantage state. And yeah, like Ness has insane damage output. If he gets like a good read on that PK fire and just like gets his few hits, that was 60% off of one combo. That's nothing to sneeze at all.
For sure.
This is going to be really interesting because I don't know if Ice Studying is kind of just like testing the waters or whatever, but it does feel like Cogni is doing pretty well. And of course, Ice Studying definitely not out of this game at all. As you see, he's already tied up the game. And of course, at the end, I think Ice Studying might have a little less difficulty killing. Oh, tried to go for the counter there, was just barely misspaced.
And just as well, that up smash just barely not hitting the ledge regrab that would have probably wouldn't have taken the stock because it's only at 90% the slide off, saving Cogni's life there.
Yeah, otherwise the jab lock would have definitely been the end of that stock. And yeah, I think Ice Studying can just kind of like play it safe in this matchup specifically because you have that forward air, you have that back air, and of course you have a better projectile with Water Shuriken.
For sure.
Definitely not a bad tool in this matchup. But Cogni, yeah, really holding his own so far, and kind of, I feel like he's kind of getting a grasp on how Ice Studying wants to move. Like, he's catching these jumps, but of course Ice Studying also catches Cogni's jump.
Catching on to like habits close to the ground is definitely something that Ice Studying is going to be doing a lot, but that time the up smash actually hitting. Ness's up smash hits so far underneath the ledge.
Yeah, that yo-yo just drops down under the stage and it just stays there until you are dead.
Pretty much. There's not a whole lot that Greninja specifically can do about that as well, because it's not like he can go over it like some other characters can.
Oh my!
That did look like it would kill.
That felt like very bad DI there, but that killed at like 50%.
Yeah, something like that.
Oh no!
It didn't even look like that was bad DI. It looked like that was like good enough DI to live, and then like just drifting into the blast zone.
Yeah, I guess so, but it just
Is there any option that Ness has that like players tend to just mash that makes him go early, like into the blast zone earlier? Because I can't imagine anything right now.
No, an air dodge there would have also not made a lot of sense. So
Ness's air dodge is very good. So maybe at some point.
Yeah, but you
like,
want to use it to
goes,
get
like,
to ledge, so you don't want to use it too far.
No, true. And Ness definitely doesn't want to use it at that point either.
Yeah.
Weird interaction, but.
Yeah.
Ice Studying is going to take that. It was still, despite that, a very close game to start off the set.
Yeah, it does really suck for Cogni that was the way it ended. Like, it really didn't feel like that was the way it had to be, but oh well, sometimes you lose and there's nothing to do about it. I hope Cogni can get back into the game, and the banjo from Ice Studying, as I kind of predicted in the beginning. But going game 2 here, do you think he wasn't as comfortable with Greninja, or?
That might be the case. Like Cogni was honestly showing like a pretty decent amount of adaptation, and Ice Studying kind of got lucky with that last interaction. So it might just be that the banjo is looking a lot more comfortable.
Like,
and
oh
it
my
is
god,
looking like it.
Look at this interaction. He has not been hit a single time. This has been one long advantage state, and one more hit can just be the kill here.
Yeah, like. The damage output for Banjo generally is just a lot less big than any other character, like basically any other character, but the advantage state can still go very hard, and neutral is very impressive against Banjo as well. Maybe Ice Studying had the idea of like, okay, Cogni is kind of going even with me in neutral, but if I just keep on winning neutral, then he's not capitalizing on that advantage as much as he should. And against Banjo, that is a problem.
I feel like also having neutral wins that actually like give you a lot of damage and don't just like contain 1 or 2 hits will definitely help. Like as we saw there, one neutral win, Cogni was at 80, and now catching that neutral get up with that nice back air.
Yeah, the extended advantage states from ice studying definitely helping him out a lot there. Ooh, very patient with that nair, just turning around and just trying to bait like probably a shield or a jump out of shield from ice studying.
Yeah.
The charged up smash not quite gonna do it, but this is looking very even once again.
Yeah, that charged up smash at shield is actually really scary. It has a few counterplay options, but if the Nest player is smart, depending on when they release it, you can basically cover almost anything. And ooh, that air dodge just getting back, but that back air is gonna seal the deal. And again, like, ice studying was looking so good after the first 5 seconds of this game, and now it's even again. Like, Cogni's really doing well.
Yeah, he's putting in the work for sure. Like, I think both of us were not expecting it to Cogni put up this much of a fight, but we were expecting him to put up a fight. But
Absolutely.
This is a good fight.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, it feels like they're going basically toe-to-toe, even though I feel like ice studying's neutral wins, or the neutral wins are kind of similar, but the ice studying's advantage state does look a bit better, and especially with Banjo, he feels kind of comfortable. But yeah, Cogni is taking the lead. Don't forget those Wonder Wings, because I almost forgot about them.
Yeah, I didn't remember that they were even a thing up until that move appeared.
Yeah.
Cogni probably very cognizant of it.
Yeah, I feel like Banjo also has a... I mean, it kind of depends. I think both of these characters don't really have that much trouble killing. Of course, Ness has the up smash at ledge, and he has the back air and all those moves. But Banjo also, yeah, if you get buried and you don't mash hard enough, or the Wonder Wing, like we see there, that's just going to kill. And up tilt, ooh, mash out too fast.
I do love to see the mash coming out from Cogni, because a lot of players just kind of accept death as soon as they get down thrown by Banjo in that situation. But at 100, you are definitely still very alive.
Ooh, the down tilt, catching that up B was a bit too close to the ledge, a bit too high there. And Cogni, of course, needs to kind of get this kill, because if ice setting is able to get like an advantage hit like we saw in the first stock, that game is going to look a lot scarier for Cogni.
For sure.
So getting this early kill is really segmental.
And there it is. Cogni is looking very clean right now.
Yeah.
Still very, very possible to make this ever so tiny comeback. And that up tilt might have even led to a combo that was big enough to just even up the percents, or even make Banjo go past it.
Oh, what a nice reaction to that multi-hit. That's so smart. But yeah, both of these players kind of even. I still feel like ice studying is kind of controlling the pace in neutral, but Cogni, every time ice studying whiffs a hit, Cogni is just there to punish. Oh no, that's bad. Only gets the backfill, but what is it going to be on ledge? Uses one of the 4 Wonder Wings, still has 4 on deck.
I do like that Wonder Wing. It was probably something to call out an air dodge rather than the upbeat, but Cogni very smart and like knowing that would in fact catch a 2-frame. Ooh, dangerous situation with that forward smash. That does hit on ledge, I believe.
Oh, the PK flash. I don't know if that's the best move here. Oh, the grab just barely misses, and now it's just kind of a game of inches. Like, whoever gets the hit here is going to look really good. Ice studying gets into a ledge situation, pressure on ledge, has the grenade, and what are we going to see here?
The shield pressure is on by Cogni too right now. I think if like maybe a back air or something.
I think that's an up tilt or an up smash. Yeah, that's going to be it.
Very clean stuff from both players. I will say that was very impressive from Cogni.
Yeah, yeah, good shit to both of them, but ice studying just sealing that game quite cleanly, even though it went really back and forth. I feel like that was just a clean way to end it. And switching from that Greninja to Banjo, yeah, I mean, he looked a bit more comfortable. I think he...
Yeah, especially that first stock, but as the game went on, it still looked comfortable enough for him that he could just win neutral, and that happened, so...
Yeah, I do feel like that maybe ice studying wasn't expecting for Cogni to adapt as well to Banjo, so maybe it's kind of a player counter pick as well in that sense.
Yeah. That was my initial thought with the pick, because like he did win the Greninja game, so it might have just been like, you can't adapt to me. Just I'm gonna switch to a different character. You're not going to be able to take a game because you're too busy thinking about Greninja still while there's a Banjo on your screen.
Yeah, absolutely.
I believe that's like a pretty common tactic that Dennis has used over the years. Just having those 2 characters definitely helps a lot.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's coming from a solo main, so it's a good compliment.
Yeah. Both solo main players here. And I think on stream we're going to see Zemmel versus Elite Tweet, I believe. Okay. That's going to be a very interesting matchup, of course.
This is to get into top 24. I looked at bracket before, and that is absolutely
I mean, looking at these players here, that should be the case, you know?
That's very true. That's very true.
That,
neither of these players getting upset to get here.
Yep. And as we just heard from the TO Erwin, that's going to be a best of 5 set. I wonder who Zemel's going to play, because of course we know him for like the Bowser, but he's also, I think, won a tournament with Cloud, and he's done really well with, I think he went, who did he go against us in doubles? I think he went Roy, or did...
I have no idea. I just know that
he went Palutena. He went Palutena against us in doubles, yeah.
Zemel?
Yep.
I don't feel like that's a him character in the slightest, but that might just be me.
It doesn't feel that way, and I felt like maybe in doubles it wasn't as good as his other characters, but who knows in singles. But it definitely felt like Zemel playing just a character instead of Zemel playing Palutena or someone playing Palutena, because Zemel has this distinct style to play a character. It didn't necessarily feel that he was making the most use out of Palutena, but
yeah.
We're going to see. He has a bag of tricks of a lot of characters, and
For
of course,
sure.
I think for Elite Tweet, it's pretty clear who we're going to see.
It's probably going to be the Cloud, right?
From Elite Tweet? No, the Falco.
I thought you meant for like as the Zemel's counterpick. Of course, we're going to see Elite Tweet's Falco.
Yeah.
That is a devout solo main for Falco. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. No, I know that Elite Tweet, he says he has other characters, but of course, the Falco is the one that it's the winner. He wins tournaments with it. Has he won a tournament? I don't know. But
he has.
All right.
Like a couple locals, like VR Cafes won a couple.
Didn't Semi win them all?
No, that was the case for the first like 4 or something. But
I think it was the case for like the first 9, but
no, that couldn't be.
I don't remember.
No,
I think every time Semi went there, he won. So
that's true, but he didn't go every single time.
Hey, that's how you take some wins, baby.
True.
That's how you take the wins.
No, but I'm pretty sure he also won a fight night at some point.
Yeah.
So definitely like a player to look out for.
Absolutely.
As opposed to that, I don't know the last time that Zemel won a tournament.
I think he won a
TCT.
Dorons or something, or maybe a
Dorons makes sense.
TCT.
TCT as well, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, no, these are two definitely scary players. I think both of these players really have grown into their own in the COVID and lockdown periods. Definitely some newer players compared to what we saw now. I think Cogni and Istudying, of course, Istudying has played since, I think, Brawl even. And Cogni has also been around since Smash 4.
Yeah.
When both these players, I mean, they basically weren't even born. Like, these are some young people,
These people are younger than Smash 64, I swear to God.
Oh, no. I think I'm younger than Smash 64. I don't think that says much.
No.
How old is that game? I think Melee is 20 years old already.
No, that can't be.
I think it is.
I highly
Yeah, no,
doubt
Melee
it.
is 2001.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, okay. Well, I'm older than fucking Smash 64 then, Jesus.
Ooh.
All right.
But yeah, no.
I believe both of the players here are 18.
Yep.
Like, not entirely sure about that because I don't keep up with Twitter all too much, but I do remember Elite Tweet recently being like, oh yeah, I just turned 18. And I was like,
Yeah.
You were underage? What?
Yeah, the same reaction with Zemel. Like, I'm not the oldest person either, but both of those guys are younger than I am, and I was like, why? How is that possible?
That's not a thing. that
Especially
can
with
happen.
Zemel. Zemel just looks older, I think.
I mean, he's just really tall.
I
helps.
don't notice that.
You don't? You're also tall. That does make sense.
That helps.
Yeah, that does make sense.
Known to help. But I'm kind of curious. What kind of stage do you think we're going to see from these two?
Yeah, that is a good question.
I think it depends
think
a lot on who Zemel's going to go.
That was exactly what I was going to
Yeah.
say. Like, if they're gonna go with something like Cloud, then maybe we're going to see something like Battlefield because like both of those characters really benefit from Battlefield. So I'm not sure which one would say like, oh no, you benefit from it more, or are we both comfortable? So fuck it, let's go there.
Yeah, I
Why
think
is the tag LMAO?
I think that's Elite Tweet.
That is Elite Tweet. I know that much for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely going to depend a lot on who Zemel goes. I think if he goes Bowser, then maybe we see like a PS2 small Battlefield. But
and they're gonna go.
He's
with
gonna
the
go
Roy.
Roy. Okay.
I'm used to seeing I recently said something along the lines of I feel like the characters from Zemel and Skipper are very similar, but they're not. Those two have very different characters, but they do both have the Roy, and that is like immediately what I think of when I see this character.
No, absolutely.
Now that I'm in or like at least in the Netherlands.
Yeah, and we are going to go to PS2, which was one of the things that I was wondering about.
Yeah. I'm not sure about the Roy pick, honestly, because it is a fast faller, and fast fallers generally get comboed by Falco like even harder than most others.
Yeah, that's definitely true. However, I was going to say however, but Elite Tweet takes that first stock pretty handily. And these players are just going at it. There's no breaks in this game at all.
It is Falco and Roy. What are they going to do? Like, Falco can kind of just laser camp every once in a while, but, like, Roy's just going to come through there.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's not a whole lot of backseat, like, sitting back and gaming to be done with these two characters. They want to be in your face. They want to hit you with hard moves.
Yeah, basically.
Or Falco, rather, with soft ones, but just with a lot of them.
Fair enough. Yeah, I mean, that back air from Falco, definitely not to be underestimated as a kill move. Doesn't get the drag down there, sadly, but gets the roll read in, and that's 2 stocks already. Elite Suite looking very comfortable against this Roy.
Definitely. I was playing some friendlies with Elite Suite earlier, and the combos today are looking very clean.
Yeah.
He did drop one just now, but even after the combo was dropped, he still got a conversion after that.
Yeah.
The stock is going to be dropped with that side B. What is that move called again for Roy? Bad commentator moment.
Burning Blade?
Burning Blade.
I think it's like Blade. Wait, what is it? Dancing Blade? Is it for... I think that's for
Dancing Blade is for Mark. Anyway, it doesn't matter that much.
Yeah.
Elite Suite earlier today told me that the like very far hit from down tilt is like an even better comboing move than other hitboxes of down tilt. They got that immediately. Thought of that. Getting a tiny little combo off of that too.
Yeah, I think specifically down tilt kills when you get it on the sweet spot, which is like the inside of the move.
Yeah. And then it's a very good combo move on the edge as well.
Yeah. Speaking of, I think we're gonna see that, but that run up of smash is so clean, and that is just destroying from Elite Suite. That was not even close.
It really wasn't. That was a big shift from the last match, or the last set we watched. Because the last set was definitely like a very big back and forth, but this was just Elite Suite on a tear that entire time. And we already have the stage pick in. I can see that from the edge of my eye, and they're going back to the Roy as well. Is what I'm seeing.
Are they going? Is he going back Roy? I didn't think he would. What was the stage pick?
I don't know. I just saw that they were on the character select screen.
Right.
Maybe this is a different stage, but if this is a run back.
I'm not too sure.
I would like to see the game on the big screen though. That would be very cool.
I mean, their controller cams are very interesting. All right, there we go. So yeah, seeing this again, that game took also like no time at all. So it feels like this is still just like game 1, you know.
It kind of does, but if this is a game 1, then it's looking a lot more Zemmel favorite than the actual game 1.
Yeah, so far. But Elite Suite missing that, I think misinputting a laser there, which was kind of awkward in that situation. But yeah, both these players are still pretty even, and oh, what a nice air dodge. Otherwise you would have been dead no matter what. Yeah,
that Falco down air does last for a little while, and it spikes harder than you would want to get spiked at any moment.
Absolutely. No, it's fun to see because, of course, as we're seeing now, both these players are kind of just running at each other, but I think it's also a lot to do with who has more patience. Because if you're in that situation where you're kind of both in a neutral range, and you kind of just don't want to approach, but you don't want to let the other guy approach, it's kind of just, okay, what move am I going to cover? What move am I throwing out to cover that? And that patience is very important. Because if you don't have that patience, you're just not going to win any neutral interactions. You're just going to get counter hit every single time. As we see here, they're both covering basically every option and kind of reacting to each other doing that. Zemmel, however, taking this first stock, definitely something that we haven't seen in that first game.
Yeah, no, this is looking a lot more close, and Elite Suite taking out the second stock with that down tilt.
Yeah.
Evening it right back up, but still going to have to put in some damage to make this ever so tiny comeback.
Yeah, absolutely. And
there the damage is.
Yeah, the combos are just going, dropping that combo sadly, but oh yeah. Both of these players are just going at it kind of, and it's very interesting to see because I think killing wise and damage wise, these characters are pretty much equals. I think, of course, Roy has a better dash and has more movement speed, so it's easier for Roy to play a bit more offensive and for Falco to play a bit more defensive. But that's not necessarily what we've been seeing. They're both playing basically equal amounts of offense and defense on each other, as showing just that patience that they have and the respect that they have for each other's moves. It's just really fun to see and really good to see two players of this caliber going at it. That might be the kill right there. Doesn't kill just yet.
I'm not sure if that was the sour spot for back air, but I believe that sour spot is like a lot bigger than you might expect. So
I think that was the sweet spot, but just not the percentage there yet. Oh, and gets that drop down. Does not kill. That was so close. Gets that down tilt there. Gets for the edge guard and kills him off of it.
Zemmel taking the stock first once again this game, but almost losing their stock just as I was saying it, but hanging on with dear life thanks to that sour spot.
Yeah, absolutely. And Elite Tweed, of course, has to take this stock as fast as possible, because if he doesn't manage to, then, well, Zemel's just going to rack up all this damage, and even with a stock in the back, that's going to look really scary, because, of course, Roy has so many kill options. He has the side B, he has the jab back air, of course, he has just an F tilt or an F smash. Like, all Roy's buttons kill very early, especially on ledge. Nice patience there, though, from Elite Tweed.
Very nice ledge trap situation, followed up after the edge guard. The edge guard attempt was also like very close to hitting, and if that did hit, that would have been the end of any stock as well. But currently, Elite Tweed kind of has a big comeback to make all of a sudden.
Yeah, I think we see Zemel playing a little bit more defensive here, just kind of waiting out options like that one. And just because, of course, he has a major lead. If Elite Tweed makes like 1 or 2 mistakes, he's dead. And Elite Tweed has to get a lot more damage before Zemel is even close. And
not going to get the chance.
That's not the chance anyhow. Nice forward tilt from that Roy. Elite Tweed feeling maybe a bit stressed after that game, of course, because, you know, you don't, after that game 1, you maybe expect like, oh, this is not going to be too bad of a set, you know, even against Zemel. But Zemel just showing like, yeah, I mean, I don't even need to switch characters. I just need to like adapt a bit, and then I'm completely fine.
It definitely seemed that Zemel was a lot more comfortable with that game. I'm sure that was more a shift of mindset than it was anything else.
Yeah, absolutely. And we're running it back once again. I'm curious to see if Zemel has maybe a bit more of an idea of what Elite Tweed wants to do. But for now, Elite Tweed is just getting some neutral wins, getting some nice damage on the board.
And one thing that I haven't seen from Elite Tweed is those like really big combos that just like shit out damage like it's nothing. We've mostly seen just like a couple stray hits, like an up tilt into like something usually. But they're even like missing a conversion off the up tilt. So I'm not sure if there's maybe like a couple flubs coming out from him, or if this
I have seen a few missed combos, and especially missed drag down attempts. Oh, what a nice read on that roll!
But of course, we do want to point out like Zemel is adapting very well and mixing up his DI, so that is making it a lot harder for Elite Tweed to get those combos as well.
Absolutely.
Ooh, getting that back air, putting Elite Tweed back into his very uncomfortable situation.
I'm surprised he had time to spot dodge there.
Ooh, just barely getting in that up smash. Not going to take the stock or be anywhere close to that, but this just might, but missing the back air.
Yeah, and that down tilt, of course, going to seal it right there and then. And yeah, now it's Zemel that has to get some kill power on the board. Oh, that is a bad parry for Zemel. That is a big combo coming up right here.
That is what I was talking about, but just barely missing that nair, and Zemel getting the up air for it. I'm very surprised that didn't take out the stock for Falco. Like Roy's sweet spot up air at 120 or something, was it?
Yeah. No, and getting the sour spot there, also not going to be able to kill that. Down to not killing, but nice edge guard coming in from Zemel.
Not a whole lot that Elite Tweed could have done in that situation anymore. Without being caught without a jump as Falco off stage, that is very rough, especially at kill percent.
Yeah, absolutely. And now we're seeing Zemel being put on the back foot. Of course, one more kill confirm. Oh, barely missing that up tilt would have led to death. Ooh. Missing that up tilt as well. And what a patience from Zemel, just staying there in shield, just saying like, yeah, I know you're going to try to cover that shield. I don't care.
I'm kind of surprised at Elite Tweed going for that forward tilt rather than the down tilt after an air drag down, because that kind of just put Zemel at ledge, which is a lot more comfortable of a situation than it is to be edge guarded.
Absolutely, yeah. No, Zemel, as we saw, just took basically like just dealt 80% from being at ledge and just edge guarding this Falco. Mm-hmm. And now they're both at kill confirms and barely missing his. But maybe 1 or 2 hits from both of these characters are going to be enough. No edge guard coming in, and that down air just hitting, and the sour spot back air killing. Oh my god.
Where's sour spot back air killing is not something you see very often, but it does in fact happen.
Yeah.
Not quite as often as the like sweet spot back air, of course, but just barely doing it with that one. Elite Tweed almost getting like a little bit outplayed, I would say.
Yeah, it feels like Zemel is getting very comfortable in neutral.
Yeah.
I think especially compared to games 1 and 2, he feels pretty comfortable. Of course, Elite Tweed still getting those hits, getting that damage is very nice. And as I said, Zemel again mixing up the DI and just not going to get enough damage to
Ooh, rolling in versus Roy in that situation is extremely dangerous because if you get red there, you are literally dead with a forward smash or maybe even a side B at that point.
Yeah, but that's the scary thing about Roy at this point. Yeah, if you get one read wrong or you miss one tech, or even like there, Zemo just knows you're going to do something, then you're at a bad position. But the same goes now at this percent for Falco. Of course, if Zemo gets one bad read like that one, that could spell disaster. And now the edge guard coming in, and the down smash hitting under the ledge as a 2-frame. That was an amazing way to close this game 3.
Yeah, for a second I thought that was the end of the set too, but this is game 5. Just to get into the top 24.
Absolutely.
Exciting stuff, to say the very least.
No, absolutely. And I saw Elite Tweet going for that F smash at ledge a few times, and I didn't know if it worked, but yeah, apparently it does.
Yeah, I saw that F smash a couple times as well, and I thought it was kind of like a desperation play. Thought maybe the Roy would just jump a little bit higher, but that just hits.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm really surprised that like actually hit because it just felt like a fake. It felt like a fake sweet spot, you know.
Yeah, it probably wasn't anywhere close to a sweet spot, but either way, we're seeing Falco, Zebel staying with the Roy. After the first game, I wouldn't really do that, but after the second and the third game, I do respect it. This Roy is working out perfectly fine.
No, I definitely respect Zemo for sticking to his guns and keeping that Roy up because. Like, I was skeptic after game 1. I thought he would switch, but Zemo was like, no, I don't need to. I can just adapt. But yeah, now again, I think Elite Tweet, especially Elite Tweet with momentum, is a very scary player to play against. And
for sure.
Getting that F-Smash kill gave him a lot of momentum here. Taking that game is so important. And now getting that kill even, that's just a stock lead. And Zemo's going to have to reevaluate how he tackles this now.
This is looking a lot more like the first game. All of a sudden, Elite Tweet looking so much more comfortable. But this doesn't even look like Zemo is looking less comfortable than before. This is just Elite Tweet getting his hits in.
Yeah, that Saibi reset was insane though. That I don't know why he went for that. Oh, that F smash. Yeah, Zemo's just kind of making plays, trying to just keep himself in the game because as far as it is now, Zemo needs to do a lot of work to. Get out of this disadvantage.
Yes, exactly. He's more than a stock down, and there's not a whole lot that can save you from that situation. So going for a desperation forward smash like that is understandable, but it's still not what you want because it put Elite Tweet in a good situation.
Yeah,
he's kind of kept rolling with it. Elite Tweet's still chilling on his first stock, maybe a kill percent, but. It's looking like a pretty done deal already.
Yeah, I feel like if you're at kill percent here against Roy, you can also just kind of feel comfortable because you're gonna die anyway. So why just not take some risk? Right? Why not just kind of get in his face, get in his
go for a forward smash read like that. Try to go for the spike even, but just barely being able to make it back with that side B. I thought he was gonna like drift into the blast zone there, but Zemo still cleaning up the stock with that up air.
Yeah, no, absolutely, and. This is like Zemo's a great player, but this is a lead I think too big even for him. This is
maybe not, but that back here immediately shuts me up.
Absolutely,
amazing stuff by Elite Tweet.
Yeah, no, definitely great game played by both of these players here.
Yeah,
and the 3-1 from Elite Tweet, I think that technically counts as an upset at this point.
I believe it does. I'm not actually sure. I haven't looked at the bracket in that sense. But Zemo, of course, being counted as like, wait, they're both
PR
player, yeah.
But I think Zemo is a few spots above Elite Tweet.
Zemo is a few spots above Elite Tweet, but Elite Tweet might just have a couple spots over Zemo next time.
Elite Tweet, this is definitely, even just looking at this season, this PR season, this is a good win. Even if he doesn't make it far in this tournament, Zemo is not a bad win to have under your name.
That is definitely the case. And both players are in top 24, by the way. This was to get into top 24, but the loser just goes to loser side.
Bracket,
cool. So now the next matches we're going to see. I'm not actually sure which match is coming up next because I'm not seeing any players coming up to the spot yet. But currently, Elwin and Elite Tweet are chilling in winners as well.
Oh, who did Elwin beat? He
Elwin
beat
Paint. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
That's already like quite something. I see that one set has been going on for about 80 minutes, so I would assume that that's not correct.
Which one?
Ab 1 versus just Bodhi just was online set to like go on for that long, but that's not actually the case.
Right.
Shook beat the opponent to that, and then Lion beat Shook. So we're seeing Lion for sure in top 24.
Lion beat Chuck. That's a crazy play.
Yeah. Oh, and apparently Lapis beat Elwin already, so we're not going to get to see that on stream. But we are going to see Super Sammy versus Purple Debo.
Weren't so Elwin is in losers top 24 now?
Yes.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
We were talking about this set a little bit before we went live, I'm pretty sure.
Yep.
Purple Debo versus Super Sammy. That was already
Are we gonna see
going
it?
to happen. And that is the next match we have. We were both very excited when we heard that was a match. So
I love them both.
Debo is amazing to watch. Semi is amazing to watch. Both of them have crazy conversions. I would love to see how this goes down. Semi, of course, being like 9th in EU.
Yeah.
So he's the obvious favor here. But Debo is no slouch.
Absolutely not. I think Debo's last PR season, even though he didn't place as much.
We're good on water, thank you, Tio.
The Tio just came by.
Yeah. Signaling. But yeah, I think like I always love seeing both of these players play. Debo, I think, was ranked 11th or something.
I think it was a bit lower, but I'm not too sure.
I feel like I've seen him ranked 11 in like the PGRs, or not PGR, fucking the Dutch PR.
The PR, yeah.
Like 2 or 3 or something.
Right.
Are we currently in 4?
We're now in 5.
We're now in 5, okay. I think the season 3 PR was that then, but he still was on the PR.
Yeah.
So
I think has Debo been PR'd every season?
Might be the case.
I don't know about the first
No, actually, he was an honorable mention.
On the third, I think?
Second. I think.
Yeah,
don't quote me on that. I don't know the.
Yeah, it was a Demon Slayer themed one, I think.
Might be.
Yeah.
But yeah. I'm not actually sure. Does Debo have any secondaries? Because I reckon
Nope.
I feel like I recall seeing a secondary there.
No, these are 2 solo main players through and through. Maybe Semi has some Begatrix characters.
I know he has a Ganon.
His doubles Ganon goes crazy.
It doubles, it does, but I don't think we're gonna see it in singles.
I don't know if Pac-Man Ganon is the best.
Is there a single matchup that Ganon wins? Because I don't know.
Probably.
I would assume that there's like 1 or 2, but yeah, I don't think we're gonna see the Ganon come out. And even if Ganon does win that matchup, Young Link is probably gonna win that matchup a lot harder.
Young Link is also just such a good character in general.
People tend to say that he's not top tier, and I don't really understand.
They don't live in the same region as Semi. That's a problem.
Semi doesn't get out of the Netherlands, so people just don't know that Young Link is a broken character. Thank you.
Oh, it's not. I think it's simple.
We still have some water left. You're gonna take that?
All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
These bottles are a lot less nice to drink out of because I have lipstick on, but that's okay.
Oh well.
One of my friends that I slept over today because I didn't want to travel for 3 hours this morning really wanted to put makeup on my face, so I have makeup on for the first time in like fucking ever. I have done that before, but I usually don't give enough of a shit. But yeah, enough about that, because you no longer see me. You see a Pac-Man, you see a Young Link, and you see 2 of the best ones in Europe.
Yeah, absolutely. I think Debo not being ranked in Europe is such a crime. I think Debo might be one of the most underrated players in the Netherlands. Like, Debo has had some insane runs. I think he got like 3rd or 4th at a Lightning event or a Tux event. And then he also placed pretty well at On Reaction. He got upset, I think, by Kulin, but that was still like a Game 5 situation after he made an incredible losers run. So Debo is not a player you do want to underestimate at all. But it's Semi. Like, it's Semi. I'm not going to be surprised if this kills. And it does.
Yeah, and it does. Of course it does. Like, we love to talk well about Debo, but Semi is just another beast.
Semi, I think... it's a toss-up. I think it depends on who you think it is the best in the Netherlands at this point, but it's either Space or Semi.
Mr. R is probably above both of those, but Semi is definitely a contender.
I completely forgot about Mr. R for some reason. But
it's probably because he was out of the Netherlands for a little while, but he's definitely the top one at the current
No,
moment.
absolutely. No, but I think if you look at second place, which is still heavily contested, because I think Semi and Mr. R, at the tournaments they've been to, I think it was literally even in sets at some point.
Pretty much. Like, definitely both of these are big contenders for the number 1 spot. And like, honestly, Space, Mr. R, and Semi are all contenders for top 1.
Absolutely.
But I do love seeing Semi just a little bit more, just because Young Link is such a cool character to watch.
Semi feels like such a creative player, you know, like
Exactly.
it is definitely Young Link that enables him. But speaking of creativity, we have Debo, and I don't think anyone in the Netherlands can beat Debo for creativity.
That is completely fair. Hitting the hydrant with just jab 1-2 and then going.
Yeah, that's death.
Ooh, nice.
Waited just too long. That bell is also super active. You can never underestimate that.
Yeah, exactly. The amount of times that I've been hit underneath, underneath the ledge with that bell is insane.
Yeah, absolutely. No, definitely. Like, even though Debo is kind of like, you know, he's a bit behind. You know, Debo can definitely still make a lot out of this game. But Semi just has those things, and Semi just covers it beautifully with that bomb into Nair.
Semi does have things. Very respectable. Ooh, going for the Zaire, not a movie you see very often coming out from like the Links in general.
I mean, Link doesn't have one.
That's true. That's why you see it very little from
No, but Young Link Zaire is one of the most illegal moves. I think it's -4 on shield.
That's not too bad for a Zaire. Like for a Zaire, that's like okay.
Yeah, but it's still a Zaire, and I think
Zaires
Zaires are
broken.
honestly really good tools.
Yeah, they are, but in general, you won't see Young Link use Zaire all too often in neutral, which is generally where you do see Zaire.
Oh, and the
The
taunt.
taunt.
Of
I
course.
appreciate the thought for the taunt, but not actually working out there.
Listen, it's Debo. This is not the last taunt we've ever
No, it's
seen this
not.
set.
But it is the last taunt we see this game, because taunt to get bodied was true for just a little bit too long for Debo
like,
to live that.
The funny thing is, every time I see Semi play, I'm like, I've seen all of his confirms, and then he pulls this. I've never seen him do this.
I have.
Well, that's fair.
But it works. Like, I feel like every single confirm that Sam gets is just unique in its own right. Just like I haven't seen it on Pac-Man yet.
No,
That's
but
something.
like the thing with Semi is like there are of course other Youngling players, and you've seen Twitter, you've seen them argue about who's the best, who cares. I think Semi's been top one since the beginning of this game, man.
I don't think there's any argument there.
I don't think there is.
Like, could we have Skittles in America?
You have
who
like
else?
you have one more guy. I forget his name.
There's totally another. I don't fucking know.
Listen. This
pretty
might
sure
this
the
might just be
only-
like Europeans being ignorant on Americans, but like no one knows about Semi outside of EU, and Semi was 9th in like Europe.
Yeah, and Semi like hasn't gone out of the Netherlands for like most of that season.
You know what a funny thing is that I heard? Semi actually tried to get, you know, of course, like he's a top player. He was the only one out of the top 10 in Europe that doesn't have a sponsor. And that's just because, you know, he's busy with his studies. You know, he doesn't have time to play Smash. And the thought that he hasn't tried his best yet scares me.
Yeah, it probably should. This guy is a threat on an international level. If
Absolutely.
he did have the time for it. And even now that he doesn't have the time for it, he's still a threat on an international level. He just doesn't go.
Yeah, I mean, listen. I mean, he went to I think Temple and some of those tournaments, but
True.
He's been to France. He's been
Temple doesn't count.
Temple's a.
We don't talk about
weird
Temple.
tournament.
Ooh, the parry! Getting rid of both the Psych Up and like it looked like that might even be a crit. Uh-oh. Spot dodging, or that was rolling, but still.
Oh
you
my
can literally
lord.
on reaction try to roll through.
Oh my God,
kamikaze.
Debo! No!
So I don't think
Oh
we're seeing the
my
hero anymore
God.
for some reason.
Debo in shambles. Oh my lord. Debo, like, I appreciate you, man, but top decking might not be the play with luck like that.
Nah.
Oh no.
Like honestly, the first one it might have even hit at which point it still was very suboptimal and you
Yeah.
never should have done it. But the second one,
The second one was like, you know, like, he probably thought somewhere in his mind, like, I was unlucky.
was that even kamikaze or was that hocus pocus?
It was both kamikaze.
Okay.
Yeah, I think somewhere in his mind he was just like, you know, I got unlucky once. I won't get unlucky the second time, right?
Don't
then
top
he blew
deck.
and then he blew up. No, top decking is fun.
Top decking is very fun, but please do so in fucking friendlies.
Well,
He was going heroes and friendlies quite a little bit earlier because I was playing some doubles with him as well. But that was definitely like the games where we were fucking about.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure what the idea was here going that against Semi when the first game didn't even go that bad.
I mean, clearly, Debo is not the most comfortable in this matchup.
That is
I think,
fair.
of course, Debo has played Semi not a non-zero amount of times. Like
Yeah.
he definitely knows this matchup, and he knows that against Semi, you just need to try sometimes. You just need to try your options. Also, that punish on that Ubby is very good. I haven't seen a lot of people punish that move.
Yeah, that move is very hard to punish for sure. There was like an online thread about how to punish that move, and people still don't know how to do it. I certainly fucking don't.
Yeah, I think you can spot dodge somewhere between the hits. I think that's the case with a lot of those kind of multi-hits.
That was
Devo just being like, no, I know I can just like throw a fair here. Just good awareness.
Lol,
you know,
I'm
like
Pac-Man, I can just throw move, haha.
you could boil it down to that, but I think it's a bit more complex than that.
Like Pac-Man having that option is good, but being aware that you can press that option against the LB, you still need good timing for that.
Oh, I knew it. I knew it. When he ran back to the hydrant, I knew he was going to taunt.
I saw the taunt. Yeah, you gotta respect it.
As I said before, this is not the last taunt we've seen from Devo this set, and I would certainly love to see more. And Devo is really holding his own in this first stock. If he manages to get this kill with either a Bell or a Hydrant or an F smash, like that's going to look a lot more comfortable for Devo, especially because when Devo has a lead, Devo loves to just try stuff, and you're just not ready for that. And that key, that's just a good option. And Semi was just not ready for that at that point, didn't think he would throw it. And now the damage is going to come out 40% already.
Devo tried something, and it sure did work. Currently up by so much percent, and an entire stock.
Yeah, absolutely. No, Devo is looking very sharp at this moment.
Sharp is definitely the right word to use, but I definitely thought that was going to be a check chase on the platform, but not quite going to land on it. Devo getting away with murder there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not going to lose the stock,
catching that Bell, though.
The Bell, that's terrible for Devo. Never mind.
Oh, I thought he was going to get hit back into the Bell. That would have been so cool.
That might have led to an up smash, but I'm not even sure what if that would have hit, and if it did hit, if it would have killed. The smash attacks and the kill options for Young Link are like not the best, sadly still, but he's racking up the damage and maybe even taking the stock right here.
Oh, I thought that was going to be an up B for sure, but so did Devo, and he was wary of it, and of course Semi couldn't go for that at that point. But yeah, it didn't feel like Semi did that much at all. But
that was one advantage state. He is in the lead.
The stock's just gone, and Semi just reclaimed the lead. We haven't seen him in the lead since the beginning of this game. Just casually reclaiming a lead like that would also have to take a lot of mental composure. And down air just barely not killing there.
Very close between these two. Like Pac-Man does have the Bell still, so this might just lead to a kill option if. But Devo does not, in fact, get the conversion. Yeah, charging for just a little bit too long.
Yeah, I think that Hydrant also made things a bit awkward there. If he was going to be able to go for that up smash there and get that kill, this game would look a lot different. But now, yeah, he just has to get that kill before Semi gets that amazing advantage state on him. And now we're going to see the taunt. No taunt, sadly.
I'm kind of surprised to see Devo try to Z-drop that rather than just like charging it again with neutral B, because when Pac-Man does have the fruit in hand, you can just opt to put it back into the neutral B.
Yeah, that's true, but he had a Bell at that point, and I think he just wanted to let it be pushed by the Hydrant, so that's completely fine. But yeah,
didn't happen, sadly, but you know, Devo still putting on the damage, not quite being able to take the stock yet, trying to go for it.
Yep, and that's definitely going to be death. These two players, even though Semi's up 2 games, it looks very close, and it's hard to predict who's going to take this game, especially with that bonus fruit in hand. Semi playing around it masterfully, and this is very bad for Devo. At ledge against Semi is one of the worst positions in this entire game, but Devo managed to reversal him, and now
almost hitting him with the Hydrant too. That would have been a very bad situation for Super Semi, but still getting away scot-free. I'm a little bit surprised that that everyone was able to avoid that Hydrant at that point.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, these two players definitely going at it, and even though the percentage are different, it doesn't really feel that substantial. It just feels like whoever can get the next 2 hits wins the game.
That sounds about right. Like Devo does have to get a little bit more than two hits at this point, because it is a comeback they have to make. But maybe one of those hits could lead into a lot of damage. That was damage. That was damage.
Yeah.
If he does hit this Bell now, then that is kill percent, but instead just going to get eliminated by his own Hydrant.
That Hydrant was a shame, and
honestly,
that game 3 looked pretty good. I'm wondering how the set would have played out if he just stayed Pac-Man game 2, but
Yeah.
that game 2, I already forgot it kind of happened. That was so quick and not what you want to see in the tournament at all.
I probably would have been like, oh, and let's see how we get into game 3 if it wasn't for the fact that it said the score at the top of the screen.
Oh yeah, for sure.
That went by a little bit more quickly than people might have hoped. But well, the last game was still definitely a good show to put up.
Yeah, absolutely. And Semi just showing how dominant he can be, even though sometimes it doesn't always go his way, but just getting those confirms and getting those kills. That's
Exactly.
Semi at his best, I'm honestly, I think Semi might be. I don't know if Space is in attendance actually, or Mr. R is.
I low-key don't think so either.
I don't think they are. I think then Semi is the favorite to take take the entire tournament.
Space is also the only one that's not in the top 10 of EU. He's been getting a little bit less results recently, but Space definitely has the potential to also be placing that high. He just hasn't in a recent while.
Yeah, Space hasn't traveled as much either, I feel like.
I'm not sure what it is with Space, because he might also be busy with studies or anything like that, but I just haven't heard from him.
Yeah, I have seen him. Oh, wait, actually, I do think Space is in attendance.
Like today.
I think so.
That,
I feel like I talked to someone about it, but I'm not too sure. But now we're going to see who was originally going to be Shuck against iStudying, but now we have Lion against iStudying, and it's your doubles partner. Talk a bit about him.
All right, so Lion, right, has a 7-0 record over me. He's pretty okay at the game, I guess.
I mean,
but no, yeah, Lion has been making some waves recently. He's been on that grind. He's been making upsets left and right. Even today, like I said, I don't remember who he beat.
Shuck.
Shuck, right? Yeah. That's Shuck has also been on the rise recently. So that taking that W is very good for sure.
No, Shuck is kind of trying to get his groove back, of course, because he hasn't been attending a lot. He's been TOing a lot. He's been busy, but. Shuck is always a joy to see compete, and first it was the Roy, then he went back to the Joker, and then the Greninja came in again. I honestly have no idea who he played today.
Oh, today I have no idea either. I know we played against him in doubles, but that was a blur. He played Roy there, to be fair, but still.
Yeah, I feel like he played Roy in doubles the whole day at least.
Yeah, but what we're going to see in singles, only Lion can tell us that.
Yeah, and of course, Lion's going to play the...
Link.
Absolutely.
Yeah, every match he's played, I'm pretty sure in tournaments he's either played Link or Mewtwo, and I don't think he's going to go Mewtwo against the likes of Greninja or Banjo, because you don't want to be a big target against Banjo, and character kind of sucks.
Yeah, Mewtwo, I don't want Smash 4 Mewtwo back, but Ultimate Mewtwo is just not what a character should be designed like. Just that tail hitbox hurts it a lot.
Yeah.
Honestly, if Mewtwo wouldn't have had that, I think the character would be a lot better off.
Yeah, honestly, if that tail hitbox was a little bit smaller, he might even be a high tier or something along those lines. But it is just that rough.
It feels like it's easier to hit Mewtwo than Bowser sometimes,
It is. It
sort
of just is.
It just feels so impossible to
One thing though that definitely is a big help for Mewtwo is slingshots that are recently found out by Gimmer.
Right.
That tech for Mewtwo specifically is probably the most useful out of anyone, at least in neutral.
Yeah.
Because if you're landing on someone's shield and then you want to dash back, if you slingshot that with Mewtwo, you don't have your tail hitbox there anymore. But like I expected, we're not seeing any Mewtwo today. We're just seeing the Link. We're just seeing the Greninja. Yeah. I'm not sure how the Mewtwo Greninja matchup would work out, honestly, but I don't think it would be very nice for him. So the Link, obviously, this looks like an about even matchup as well. So.
I feel like Link is also kind of a slept-on character. I don't see a lot of people talking about him, but Link, I think, has a very high potential in this game. Of course, with all the Z-drop bomb things, and that was a very badly spaced one. That could have just been an F-smash, and the first stock could have been gone, but just
more
living
about
there.
Z-drop bomb stuff. I am seeing Nair, and I am seeing more Nair.
Yeah.
And Link just has, I feel like this is just a thing that people don't talk about enough. He just has a big fucking sword that hits really fucking hard.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Nair's broken in its own right. The projectiles go very hard, and the bomb stuff is all very complicated and good. But you just got a big sword. You can hit people so hard with that. Forward air is literally stronger than Shulk's smash forward air. So like if you hit your ninja at ledge with forward air, I'm pretty sure it would have died at 70 right there. But
Yeah,
instead,
absolutely.
taking a forward air himself is Lion.
Yeah, no, definitely. And here we're seeing, like, of course, I studying being the favorite, taking the first dog, but Lion kind of holding his own, and both of them, like, I studying doesn't seem to mind camping out Lion as far as that can go.
Yeah,
because
which
we've
is
seen a lot of
great.
Warder Shuriken, we've seen a lot of just patient play, just waiting him out. And from Lion, yeah, it's kind of like he wants to get in, but of course, getting in while Boomerang's active or while Bomb is somewhere placed, that's of course always going to be better for Link.
Yeah.
So he kind of want to get that set up, but of course he needs to get that damage, and killing with Link, as you said before, is very easy.
Very true. And of course, like one of the biggest weaknesses that Greninja does have is that shield pressure, and Link has amazing, or not shield pressure, it's
Out of shield
the out of
options.
shield option.
Yeah.
And Link has very good shield pressure that kind of isn't very useful against Greninja because you're just not going to catch him in shield that often.
No, I mean, that's not necessarily true, because I think, like, people say that Greninja doesn't have good out of shield options. I honestly think that's complete crap, because that jump is amazing.
The jump is very good. He just doesn't have a lot of like attacking options out of shield.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Like that much is true, but ooh, the up air gonna close it out. Getting caught in disadvantage twice. Lion just not seeing it coming.
Yeah, absolutely. It kind of, like, it's fun to see, like, how these two players go about it, because, of course, this matchup is one of the matchups where both characters can be pretty creative, and they can both play it in different ways, but seeing Lion kind of opt for maybe the... I mean, he kind of switches between the getting into rushdown and getting into the bit more setup-y, but now it feels like he's being a lot more aggressive. He just takes some time to get set up, but besides that, he's just in studying space all the time.
Yeah.
And I don't really think I studying minds. I think if you're Link, the way to play this matchup, even though you might think you're being out-camped by Water Shuriken, I think the way to play it is still probably just play it safe, play it at a distance, because scrapping with Greninja is annoying.
Yeah, it's not something you want to do with most characters, and Link is definitely one of those characters that have just slightly too slow moves to be able to deal with something
absolutely.
like Greninja.
No, for
That's
sure.
probably the reason why ice studying is perfectly okay with camping Link out. Just like Link generally is very good at that. Jesus, the stage spike.
Yeah, of course, with that counter, you can kind of choose from which angle you come from.
Yeah.
And at that percent, yeah, that's just an untechable. That's just game.
I'm pretty sure literally any angle that Dennis could have chose would have just ended the stock for Lion there. I'm not entirely sure about that, but it feels like it.
Yeah, maybe if you went down, maybe it wouldn't have, but I'm not too
If you
sure.
went down and that was a spike.
I don't think it... Does it always spike?
Yes.
Ah, okay.
And even if it did send out, then like the knockback looked like it was strong enough to be able to take it anyway.
Yeah.
The only thing that might have happened is it would have missed.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking as well.
Yeah.
If it misses, of course, you're kind of in a bad spot because you just lost a stock and you didn't gain anything. So just go for the option that works, you know?
Yeah, exactly. You know that it's going to be like doing so much knockback anyway. So going for the stage back there is...
I think the TO just called my match.
I hope not.
No, I'm pretty sure he did.
Huh.
Call him out on the mic.
Yeah, call him out on the mic. That sounds like a good idea. I believe I'm playing in round 2 myself, so that should be fine.
Cool.
Okay, so
I need to finish this cost.
yeah.
So we're going to go into game 2 here, and
I haven't looked at my bracket yet.
same
Oh, God.
back to PS2 again. Honestly, probably a good choice. I don't think either players are really uncomfortable on the stage. Of course,
Yeah.
they both have a lot of experience on the stage, and that also really helps. I think experience on stages is something that's kind of underrated, because I think a lot of people talk about specifically, like, oh, only this stage is good in this matchup or whatever. But I feel like if you're very comfortable on the stage, you can just use it.
Yeah, very true. Like I honestly have that with a lot of players where I'm just like, oh yeah, you want to go to PS2? I'm just like, fuck no. You play on PS2 constantly if that's what you're asking.
Yeah, the problem with not going PS2 is that's what happened to me in doubles today. Is you don't go
okay.
PS2, and I literally told him, like, no, I want to ban, and then finally we're gonna decide to go PS2 because we don't want to go to either stages.
I usually don't have that, but I mean, it's still like definitely very possible. But I'd rather
Yeah.
go through that entire ban process to still end up at PS2 than like miss the opportunity to get a good stage, you know?
Yeah, I think PS2 might be considered the most neutral of the stages.
Yeah, which is bullshit.
I mean,
it really depends on the matchup. If you're playing
I
against
don't
Snake or
think
Mario,
so.
audience, please, at home, don't take Snake or Mario to PS2. Those characters are broken there.
I mean,
same for like a couple other ones, but not a whole lot.
That's true, but then again, if you have 2 bans, I don't want Battlefield or Yoshi's.
And then ban Battlefield, Yoshi's, and PS2.
If you have 2 bans.
Yeah, you don't have 2 bans in the Netherlands, you have 3.
No, you can have 2 bans if you.
You're talking about like doubles?
Yeah, I think.
Okay,
that's
well in
the
doubles
case.
there's no Yoshi's.
That's true.
Yeah. So
Anyhow.
don't take Mario and Snake to those stages. They're very good on them.
Anyway, I think
Anyway.
Mario and Snake don't really matter in this specific matchup.
No, that's very true.
I think this matchup is still pretty even for both
yeah,
of them.
I feel like it's maybe slightly Greninja favored considering like what we saw in the first game. He has a very easy time to like rush, like just let Link rush you down because there's not a whole lot of stuff that Link can do. But
Yeah.
in this game, it's looking a lot more Link favored, or at least Lions putting in the work.
Yeah, Lions definitely. I think Lions taking a bit more time, playing a bit more defensively, and just letting Ice Studying come in, which Ice Studying never likes to go in. Ice Studying likes to play a lot more defensively, and I think he's known for being a lot more of a defensive player. So I think having Ice Studying or forcing him at least to rush you down is good. But then again, if you look at the platform layout, I think if you look at Link, he kind of has to choose, oh, do I throw my boomerang to the front or to the up and the front,
Right.
which covers, of course, the platform. And Ice Studying can kind of just choose, like, you know, do I throw a shuriken at neutral height? Do I do a short hop? Do I do a full hop? Do I go stand on the platform? Of course, Link has a bit of that freedom, but Greninja is just so fast that if you are predictable with your boomerangs, Greninja can just walk or jump over them and punish you for it.
Yep.
So I feel like being patient and being careful with those boomerangs is the way to go.
Just
And
barely closing out that stock with the down tilt forward air. An amazing confirm from Ice Studying there, but that is putting Lion back down into a deficit.
yeah, absolutely. And of course, Lion once again really wants this kill because
There he gets it.
he gets it.
Just
actually,
barely.
He gets it at the exact same way he got the first stock. Surprisingly,
Dang.
both the I think the first time it was a neutral getup, but both of the times using the up tilt to catch the option there. Up tilt is a pretty good move, especially
Oh,
in
yeah.
anti-airs. Like that move is pretty good.
Against most characters that like jumping, especially for example Greninja, the up tilt is just an amazing tool to have in your toolkit. It spans like dimensions,
Yeah, absolutely.
and it's just a really good kill move too. I was honestly a little bit surprised that it did kill because like Greninja is heavy enough to okay, Ice Studying.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a great wait for my studying there, waiting out the air dodge. Of
Yeah.
course, being Lion, it's just kind of a 50-50 there. Like, am I going to get back an hour later? And you just have to like kind of pick. Of course, you have other options. You can have a B, or you can try a bomb recovery or whatever. But in the stress of the moment, it's basically now or later. And
Yeah.
if you pick wrong, you're dead.
Pretty much that, and Lion picking like the exact wrong moment to jump.
Yeah.
Just barely losing the jump in the process, but the backer would have closed it out anyway.
Yeah, absolutely. Not having a jump against Greninja off stage is just basically death.
I mean, not having a jump as Link off stage is also basically spelling death.
Yeah.
Unless you have enough time for bomb recovery, but I'm not even sure that Link was high enough to be able to do that at that point.
I'm not too sure if bomb recovery always works if you don't have a jump. I kind of feel you also need a jump for like the better angles, but we're going to see that in Game 3. Going back to PS2 once again, I guess Lion just doesn't really know a better stage for him. And of course, both these players are playing pretty well. Don't forget, like, both these players are going into top 24, only one on the loser side. And so far, this set, it's been looking like that is going to be Lion, but who knows, maybe he finds the strats and maybe he gets confirms like that, just barely misses that up air, but stuff like that just does so much damage from Link, because that up air alone just like, I think 20%.
Yeah, for sure. And Link or we saw Lion in general make a lot of pretty good adaptations in Game 2, just barely not being able to close it out in the last
Yeah.
stock. And Dennis getting a very, very good edge guard. Not getting the tech from the bomb recovery. That is going to be the end of that first stock, making life even harder for Lion than it already was.
Yeah, I feel like what Lion might have been doing is after he throws a projectile or he chooses a special move, and Dennis or Ice Sunning gets close to his shield, he likes to spot dodge a lot. And I think if Dennis is able to catch on to that, then it might just be game over. But Lion, this stock so far, has been winning all the neutral.
That is very fair. However, did lose the stock just barely for first.
Absolutely.
Link has a lot of kill power though, so it shouldn't be that long until this this first Greninja stock is off the table.
Yeah.
Finding that kill is always a struggle, especially against top players.
Yeah, and Ice Studying is also known as one of those players that if he so likes it, he can just not get hit by your moves. That he's kind of famous for that in the Dutch Smash team.
Sounds like a Greninja thing, definitely.
Yeah, but it's also just an Ice Studying thing. He just goes into his like, oh, I don't get hit mode. Like we see here. Have you seen him been hit? I haven't.
I mean, I've only seen Advantage State, so yeah. I just saw a tiny little hit come in, but there is a bigger hit waiting as the retaliation.
Yeah, absolutely. And Ice Studying just looking incredibly comfortable, even more comfortable than in game 1, I would say, because just this lead is so good. Using that air dodge early, that might be death. He still has the bomb recovery or the up B.
No, yeah, that is
death.
Lion looked a little bit desperate with that up B, getting punished for it and just losing your stock at near 0%.
Yeah, I don't think he had a lot of options there anymore, so
he really didn't.
That always sucks to see, but yeah, Ice Studying just proving like, yeah, you know, I'm still Ice Studying. I still got it, baby.
Yeah. Top somewhere in the 50 EU, what can you say?
Yeah, absolutely.
I think they're top 4 in the Netherlands, was that? Or 6?
It's either 4th or 6th or something.
I believe it was 6 because Azrael and Ramses were above him. But either way, very good player and showed us why exactly that.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I think that was for our commentary block the last match that we had to commentate.
Oh, are you sure?
I'm not entirely sure, but I do know that that was the last match for top 24.
Right. Anything in losers happened? Maybe some upsets that you can remind us of?
I will look that up right now, but I don't really see a whole lot like immediately. Like the fact that Owen beat.
No, I think we just got the go ahead from the two. I think we are swapping.
I think we're swapping.
So
okay.
I think we're going to say and have a nice day to the chat and enjoy the rest of the tournament. And we're going to join by I think MK and Bruce as our lovely next casters. Hopefully give them some warm welcomes and.
I'm gonna win my matches every single time I'm on stream. Definitely gonna win. Don't just watch me. It's totally
maybe you'll see her at the end. Maybe. But anyway, thank you for watching this first wave, and we'll be back very very shortly with the second wave. So stay tuned, and Bruce and MK are gonna take us over. So see you later, and enjoy the rest of your day.
Hi everyone.
It's fit on the screen.
All right.
Hello.
Welcome everybody to the stream once more, because they had a bit of a break to do the commentary, switching the casters. We're going to be looking first off against between Shuck and I believe Nephew, right?
Yes. Yeah, we're just finishing off Wave A pools. We're slightly behind, no problem. So this is probably the last Wave A pools match. You will see.
Looks like we're going to start off with Joker versus Greninja, from what I can see at least over there on the alternate, like on their screens pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah, right here. We can also get to see it on our screens right now. I have no idea what stage they would pick here.
No, I wouldn't know either. Now, of course, I've been out of it for a while, but Shuck, an enormously familiar player, famous for his Greninja. He was playing Greninja Smash 4. He's playing Greninja now. They're just waiting for the signal
playing Joker
to go
right
ahead.
Now.
There we go, the fist bump, and we're getting started.
Right here, maybe PS2. I mean, that's the most safe guess in this game, honestly. But we're gonna go to Hollow Bastion. Starting off with these middle platforms, still able to get a bit of those like fair one into these upper follow-ups, but nothing crazy.
Now, these are two fairly aggressive characters, so it surprises me how out of the gate they come swinging, and Shuck taking the lead just immediately.
I think you're messing that up, because currently Shuck is playing Joker. Right here.
Oh, you're quite right. Oh.
Yeah.
Good on you for actually paying attention.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Well, then at the very least, Shuck will be enormously familiar with this character, but that hasn't actually helped him so far. Of course, Joker now has his infamous Arsene, meaning he can do more damage, more knockback, and more powerful combos
with
like
the
that.
down tilt. Does get that F tilt right there,
Yeah,
stuffing the landing.
Yeah, very good. Nephew seems to have caught him off guard initially with his very well-timed aggression, but Shuck is slightly recovering and
barely mistimes that down smash.
Yep.
Pretty sure that's true pretty much always, so does get the down tilt into the up smash, a classic.
Yeah, that sweet spot up smash, that'll kill you early. And so we find Shuck in a deficit. Of course, as Joker, you really don't want to be here because your Arsene is gone. Greninja doesn't have that much damage yet.
Down tilt, dash attack right there, it starts getting a bit more of that percent
Extra
in.
credit, the jump is gone, he can catch the landing. Ooh.
Not gonna go for too much. Knows that that Arsene is out, and that's gonna be the back air.
That's too bad. He wanted a dash attack there. He got an F tilt, lost the stage control, and then Shuck happened to get his hit in. So now not too much of a deficit, but Nephi just out of the gate again, swinging.
Finally seeing the players on top as well. That's been updated. Gonna get those little conversions early on. Able to follow that up with a back air, and now taking a lot of space here and getting the stock as well. What a good stock for Shuck. My God.
That Arsene forward air doing its work. You know, Shuck is doing very good when he actually has stage control. When he's edge guarding Nephi, especially. Let's see what Nephi does when he, in fact, is edge guarding.
Oh, good out. Oh, whoa. Screen messed up for a second.
That was the 50-50 there. Shuck is not going to be so lucky a third time, I believe. So he really needs to get off that stage. Okay, a well-timed down tilt does it.
Gets the jabs, but that uppy is not bad, so gonna be able to make it back. Not gonna get the upper after the fair one. Usually a very consistent confirm, but seems to just not be able to finish that off right there.
Yeah, you're quite right. He isn't able to get anything, and he really needs something very soon because this Arsene,
Arsene back air. That's gonna be a two stock in the end, even though it looked so close. Just able to secure that just a bit earlier, and
yeah, wonderful trump back air. You don't see trumping that often anymore. I mean, technically there are ways if you hold a certain direction to get around that trump, but of course people are often caught off guard, and then
I mean, it's a great mix-up because I mean, like there's a certain input you can do with I think diagonal down that you can immediately grab it, which I mean really helps right here.
Yeah.
Because I think I don't know how it was in Smash 4, but I remember when I tried it because I was pretty bad. Barely played it, but that didn't work for me. So
no, indeed,
it's a bit different there. I'm also a bit of a melee player, so that feels really weird. Like at the beginning, when I started playing Melee, it felt really weird to not be able to do those trumps, but then there's a way better version of the trump right there in Melee, where you can just kill someone if they don't
the infamous edge hog. Yeah, they're never quite satisfied with what they do with the ledge mechanics. I like what they did with it this game. Indeed, trump is a valuable mix-up, but it is not always a guaranteed hit.
Because they can always just like press a button and get out, even if you're already grabbing. But
all right, we're going to game 2. Let's see. We're staying the same characters. Of course, it's a best of 5 because the winner gets to top 24, which you'll see a whole bunch later after wave B.
Beautiful neutral stage right here. Kind of the, I mean, it's like usually you'll see people start off on either this or PS2, but right here, seeing it on game 2. Yeah. Right, another pretty good start from Nephew right here. Once again, taking the lead.
Yeah, and these small platforms on small battlefield, as you can see just right here, do really help him out, especially with his up air juggles, which we already saw him getting.
Yes. Also, that nair was so safe right there. I feel kind of bad right there because that you try to go for a punish, but they're already crossing you up by walking. Let's get the F smash.
Wonderful slight stutter step there. It seems.
What a wait, but doesn't get the final hit.
Yeah. Oh, that's too bad. And Neffy really coming out of it swinging here. Okay, Shuck needs to get something going, and actually he got rid of Arsene though, which is quite crucial because...
Wait, I thought the dash attack hit right there. What happened? They just switched places.
Quite a lot of hits not connecting the way they should be this game so far. Okay, you can see that Neffy is looking for his down tilt up smash, so Shuck is playing careful footsies, but the forward air will do it too.
Right here, just trying to keep a bit of distance, does get in with the nair. Good aggression. I mean, just seeing the quick switches between trying to force your opponent to approach and then finding a gap, immediately going for like that nair, not hesitating, really shows the reason that Nephew has been having such amazing starts with these games, because you're just able to kind of force someone to approach.
Yeah, indeed. Now Shuck is kind of taking back the range here. He wants to get an edge guard, but it's going to cost him with this punish here. He does have Arsene now, and of course Neffy is in quite convenient percentage for a Joker carrying Arsene.
Yeah, I mean, so many things could just do it.
Oh, and missing a punish there. That was a crucial punish.
Gonna do it though.
Read from Neffy. Okay.
What a thing. Takes a second to think on the Angel platform. The read on the shield drop.
He read the shield drop, then he read the air dodge. I mean, he
didn't get any of the follow-ups on it.
No, but he is feeling himself, right? He seems to be mostly controlling the rhythm of this match. Ooh, and going deep for those edge guards. Yeah. He's feeling it. He wants this game.
Oh my God, that was a bit too high percent, but that was so beautiful. Goes really deep.
The reverse, trying to get for the back air again. Yeah.
Forward
I mean, this has been a full 30 seconds of Neffy just chasing Shuck around the stage.
That's the up air.
Yeah, Shuck taking his
air dodge.
He took his double jump, so a very bad situation for Neffy, but he chose the exact right option, and Shuck tries to chase him, and it costs him his stock.
A little bit too low. Tries to approach with the nair, but gets stuffed out with the neutral B. Overall, pretty strong early damage coming from Nephew once more. 45% already. Shuck able to get the down air though, double back air is going to do it.
That was a lot sooner than Nephew wanted. Probably has something to do with his DI, right? He was probably holding forward to do perhaps a forward air, so he died a little bit sooner than he wanted to. That's exactly the sort of thing Shuck needed, because now he can get these juggles, and it's just about even again, just like that.
What a turnaround right here. Also keeping Nephew in the corner so well with these jumps.
Yeah.
Getting the roll as well, even though they hit on shield.
And you can see momentum is so real because Neffy had it all game, and the moment Shuck found his footing, got that one kill, Neffy just didn't quite get it back. And now he's 2-0 behind in a best of 5. I mean, that's quite a mountain to climb.
I think the composure from Shuck is just carrying him this set, because I mean, you're seeing it.
Yeah, I think you're quite right about that, indeed. And he has the composure of a very experienced player.
We've seen Nephew just feeling himself and getting a bit too aggressive, read heavy, I would say, towards the end. And Shuck really capitalized off of that and was able to close it out anyways, even after being behind so far.
All right, they gave each other the thumbs up. Let's see what stage they're picking for the third game.
Well, right back.
Yeah, which I understand. He did perfectly well here. All right, Shuck taking the early lead here, doing what he has to do.
Ja.
Hij blijven zo goed zitten?
Ja, als ik hem erop doe, dan blijf ik wel zitten.
Okay, it's been a back and forth so far. Yeah.
Should be back now, yep.
Yeah, it started as a little bit of a back and forth, but Shuck just getting all that chip damage in, and now it just suddenly, within just half a minute or so, it seems quite
Definitely
difficult for
turnaround
Nephew
from
already.
those beginnings, from those first two
Yeah.
games. I mean, right here, Nephew does answer back with a few of those up airs and kind of tries to replicate what Chuck has been doing, making that first stock even after being behind.
Okay,
Both rolling.
look, yeah, he shielded that down air because you can see Shuck is also looking for his up smash confirmation.
Oh, tries
Ooh,
to go for the
another
back trump
trump.
again.
Yeah, and this time he wanted to wait, right? But Neffy was onto him, air dodged onto the stage.
Going deep, not gonna commit too much, knowing that that could be dangerous, of course, against that side B, which also has a hitbox and could just spike you at any moment.
Yeah, I mean, one missed input, a mistimed counter, and suddenly it's just about even again. So you can see how this game really swings either way. The problem now is going to be winning both this game and then 2 more games.
That's the F tilt. Oh, what a shield right there. Knew that it was going to come. Paid attention to the ground, saw the shadow, right away popped that up smash after shielding it.
Yeah, and you get that even without a parry. Enormously laggy move.
Gets the nair though, looking for, getting struck in the corner right here could be big. We've seen Nephew just get like little down tilts or anything when Chuck's in the corner and just taking the stock for it. Right there, gets a forward air, not gonna kill quite yet, was mid-stage.
Yeah, that air dodge was crucial, and Arsene is almost there, and of course, yeah, there it is.
Oh, the back
and a
roll.
very well-timed counter. This is exactly where you don't want to be, fighting a Joker, a stock behind and an Arsene on you.
I see Nephew jump a lot, and I think, Chuck is realizing it and going for like those committal nairs, maybe a few up airs. We might see in the future, but it seems like Nephew also realized that nair hit and gonna play it a bit more grounded now.
Yeah, so far Nephew was doing really well, avoiding all the hits. At least he's not dead yet. Arsene is actually almost out of there and getting the reverse hit.
Goes in deep, but the down B is gonna save him. Gets the backer, still living at 160.
Yeah. Becoming more and more impossible. Nephew now slowing down the pace of the game, just not being able to find the hit that he wants, and that will do it though, finally. Well, kind of back into the game.
Gets the down air.
Let's see if he can get his combo. So unfortunately he landed on the platform, didn't quite get the down air to neutral air that he wanted.
That's gonna do it.
Oh yeah.
Still a full stock lead for Shuck. And you gotta work really hard to make it back in such a way against the Joker, definitely when Arsene will always just be on the table if you hit him too much. So you gotta get really early games if you don't want to risk that Arsene coming out.
Yeah, let's see who the last Wave A person is who's gonna make top 24, but it seems like it's going to be Shuck.
Oh.
Oh, Shuck reading that jump too. Yeah, at this point it seems like Shuck has the lead. Perhaps Nephi is starting to realize that it's going to be very hard. Doesn't quite get any of the hits that he wanted, and yet it seems so close before.
He does get the F smash, tries to get something started, but overcommits. Shuck still trying to follow that up with that down there, but both making it back to stage.
Trying to finish it off with one strong single hit.
This could do it right here. Just a good read on the option, but just gonna go for the up B. That's not gonna be counterable. Forward air.
Okay, it seems like the jump might be gone. No, it was not. In any case,
And the back air is
the
gonna
back air will do it anyway.
Seen a lot of back airs taken